Children, welcome to biology online classes. So in the previous class we have learned about the female reproductive system and its parts, isn't it? Have told you the parts of female reproductive system includes a pair of ovary, then what, oviduct, fallopian tube, okay, fallopian tube or oviduct, then uterus, cervix and vagina. Okay, and I have told you during what fertilization, when fertilization occurs, where fertilization occurs, in the fallopian tube, isn't it? After fertilization, the egg will get converted to zygote, and zygote starts its division in the fallopian tube itself, and they form a ball of cells, and that is known as what, embryo. And this embryo will get implanted in the lining of the uterus, and that process is known as what, implantation, and they will grow and develop organs, and they will become the fetus now, isn't it? So the womb or the uterus is the site where the development of the fetus takes place, isn't it? The development of the fetus into a fully matured child happens in the uterus. Okay, and the uterus prepares every month, okay, to receive the mature growing embryo. I told, isn't it? Every month from any of the ovary one egg is getting released, and what is that process called? Ovulation. Understood? So after ovulation, if fertilization happened, then it will lead to pregnancy, isn't it? The egg will get converted to zygote if fertilization happens, and where it takes place? In the fallopian tube. Understood? And there itself the division starts, and the division will lead to the formation of a mass of cells, and this mass of cells is known as the embryo, and they will get implanted in the uterus. And every month the uterus will get prepared to receive the fertilized egg by increasing its thickness, okay, of the wall of the uterus, and by increasing the vascularization. So if fertilization does not happen, what will happen? So if the egg is not fertilized, it leave there for one more day, and then what happened? The egg will get degenerated. So this thick lining of uterus is needed for the fertilized egg to grow, and if fertilization does not happen, then what happens? The lining is not needed anymore. Understood? So slowly the lining will breaks and comes out through the vagina as blood and mucus, and this is called menstruation. Understood? So this cycle that operates in around 28 days is known as what? The menstrual cycle. Means after the menstruation, again what happens? The uterus will get start preparing itself for receiving the fertilized egg, and then what happens? How it will prepare? By increasing the thickness of the uterus, by increasing the vascularization, etc. Understood? And then what happens? The egg will get, okay, if the egg is not fertilized, if it is not getting fertilized, so when the egg will get fertilized, first of all ovulation should take place. What is ovulation? The release of ovum from the ovary. Okay, from the ovary the egg should be released, and at the same time what means before it get degenerated, the sperm also should reach, then only it will lead to fertilization. And if it is not happening, what happens? The thickness of the uterus or the thick layers of the uterus will fall off, and that will lead to another cycle. So this kind of cycle, that is regeneration of the walls of the uterus, ovulation, then again degeneration. Understood? So this happens in a cycle in a female. Understood? In a span of around 28 days is known as menstrual cycle. And if fertilization happened, then we learned it will lead to pregnancy, isn't it? That will the placenta will form in between the mother and the baby, and it will start nourishing the baby, and in that way it will lead to the development of the child. Understood? If fertilization does not happen, that will lead to menstruation. So this much is clear to everyone, I hope. We are going to study about another topic, that is reproductive health. Okay, so you have seen the process of sexual maturation takes place very gradually, isn't it? And the means and takes place while general body growth is still growing on. So even though the sexual maturation is attained, that doesn't mean that the mind is ready for what reproduction, isn't it? And reproduction is also associated with what the childbirth, isn't it? And then taking care of the children, all these are associated with this. So even though the sexual maturity is attained, it's not necessarily mean that the body is fully ready for sexual reproduction. Understood? So there are various diseases that can be transmitted through the sexual act, isn't it? You have learned about AIDS and all. So and there are various type of bacterial infections also, like what gonorrhea, syphilis, etc. are the what bacterial infections that are spread through the sexual act. Okay, and there are viral infections like warts, okay, HIV, AIDS. Understood? So it's very important to prevent these diseases, isn't it? So like this, what many diseases can also be transmitted. So there are various methods, okay, to prevent the transmission of this type of diseases. So example of bacterial diseases that are caused by sexual act is what? The gonorrhea and syphilis, and of viruses HIV and warts. Okay, so there are what various methods to prevent this kind of diseases. Okay, and there are there are methods that prevents the pregnancy also. So let's have a quick look of all this. So the methods that used to prevent the pregnancy are known as what? Contraceptive methods. Okay, so contraceptive methods means what? There are many ways, okay, by which a person can avoid pregnancy. So these methods are known as what? Contraceptive methods. Okay, so the first category is mechanical barriers. Okay, barrier method. Understood? So in this method, the sperms are not allowed to reach to the egg. Okay, so physical meeting of the egg and the sperm will be prevented in this. So that kind of method or contraceptive method is known as what? Mechanical barrier or barrier methods. So example of this is condoms that is used by the males. Understood? So there are what various types of barrier methods in females also. Okay, like diaphragm, walls, etc. Okay, so barrier method is what? It's preventing the sperms from reaching to the eggs. Okay, and another type of, so this is having one advantage also, that is, what is the advantage? This can also prevent, the barrier method can also prevent what? The sexually transmitted diseases. Okay, we have seen just now, I have told you there are diseases that are spread by bacteria and also by viruses. So these barrier methods can prevent the transmission of such diseases also. And another method is what? By changing the hormonal balance. We know that ovulation, I told. What is ovulation? The release of ovum. Okay, so this happens around in the mid of the menstrual cycle, and this all processes, regeneration, degeneration, ovulation, all these are under the control of hormones. So there are another category of contraceptive methods by changing the hormonal balance of the body so that eggs are not released. Okay, ovulation, if it is prevented, then there cannot be any fertilization, isn't it? So these drugs are taken as orally as pills. Okay, our oral pills are there which changes the hormonal balance. But the problem is what? They can cause side effects also. Okay, side effects can be produced by what? This kind of pills or chemical substances which can change the hormonal balance of the body and which prevent the ovulation, and thereby what it prevents the fertilization. Understood? So that are the second method. Now next is what? There are what some other methods known as what some devices like loop or copper T are placed inside the uterus. IUTs we call it as. Okay, some devices are placed inside the uterus, okay, which prevent the pregnancy, okay, by an expert doctor or nurse, likewise trained nurse, etc. They can what insert some devices in the uterus so that it can prevent the pregnancy. So this also can cause little bit side effects like irritation of the uterus. Okay, then so these are what? All these are temporary methods like what? Barrier method, pills, or this IUTs or copper T or any other devices which are inserted in the uterus of the female. Okay, so they are temporary methods, means whenever the couple or whenever a person decide to have the children, they can stop using this, and that can lead to their pregnancy. Understood? Now there are permanent methods, okay, which are used by the males and females. In males we have learned that vast difference is there, isn't it? Vast difference. So this vast difference is blocked in males so that sperm transmission will not take place. Understood? So if sperms are not able to reach to the uterus, then there won't be fertilization, isn't it? So this are then in females, the fallopian tube will be cut and then it will be tied so that egg will not be able to reach to the uterus. So this all takes place by small surgical methods, means by surgical methods also only. Okay, so the advantage of surgical method is, okay, they are a permanent method of contraception, isn't it? So this means it will be permanent, means when the problem is what? If the child, if they need to have the children, then it won't be possible. Okay, so this is the what different methods of contraception that is used to control the pregnancy or to prevent the pregnancy. Understood? So what are they? So to prevent the pregnancy, it's very important to control the population, isn't it? So what are they? First of all, barrier method, where condoms or that kind of physical barriers are used. Second, what I told is some drugs are used that are having or that changes the balance, hormonal balance of the body, so that what no ovulation takes place. And the third method, some devices are used which prevent the entry of the sperm into the uterus. Okay, and then surgical methods, where what in males a part of vast difference is blocked, and in females the fallopian tube is blocked. So this kind of method, surgical methods also can be used for the removal of, or for can be used as the contraceptive methods. Okay, so you might have heard about the female feticides, isn't it? So this is the reason why the sex determination, okay, means sex the knowing of sex by what different prenatal sex determination, means before the birth of a child. Okay, the knowing of whether the child is a male or female is banned, because that will lead to female feticide, isn't it? Female children will be killed by this method. If some couple, they don't want to have female child, what will happen? They will surgically or by using the chemicals, they kill the female child. So this is prohibited by law. So the contraceptive methods are very useful in controlling the populations as what the size of human population is a concern for many means of the country, isn't it? So expanding population make it harder to improve everyone's standard of living. So the various contraceptive methods are used for what controlling the populations. So about what various STDs and the methods to control STDs and the various contraceptive methods I have explained. Hope you understood this chapter and let's continue the revision from next class. Thank you.